It's an open circle, unclosed circle. So goes this way, come notch. And if you make two notches together, you make a hole. Okay, so complete a circle. Then we call the foramen. So what is the notch? Is this, okay? On the pedicle, okay, and there is a circle, half circle. It's called the inferior notch or inferior vertebral notch. So this is the notch, inferior notch, and very hard to see on the live pedicle. So I usually don't ask that, but I'm going to explain this. This is the superior vertebral notch. If you have two bones stacked together, between those two notches, between those two bones, we're going to form a foramen. You may want to highlight that foramen. It's called the intervertebral foramen. So on the side of the backbone, this is the superior inferior notch. Then you have on each side called the intervertebral foramen. What's for? Spinal nerves. So I have one question later on when we talk about spinal nerves, where the spinal nerves exit intervertebral foramen. So they all come out from the intervertebral foramen. But the vertebral foramen has the spinal cord. Okay, so intervertebral foramen nerves come out. They are made by two notches, superior, inferior notch. And now we go to the atypical. So we go to the cervical. Okay, cervical, there are 7. You may want to highlight or live or lecture. All the 7 cervical, they all have a transverse foramen. It means the hole in the transverse process. So this is the transverse foramen. Okay, what's for? Vertebral arteries. So on each side, you have 2 vertebral arteries pass through the transverse foramen, get into the skull to supply 1/3 of the brain. We're talking about more. So once we have the head and neck, you're going to learn the brain is supplied by internal carotid artery and the vertebral artery. You have this question. So the vertebral artery coming off the subclavian artery past those foramen, transverse foramen. And keep in mind that only cervicals have a transverse foramen. Thoracic, lumbar, no transverse foramen because there are no vertebral arteries. Okay. And the bifida, you can read there, it's just their branch on the spinous process. The 2 atypical one you need to know. Atlas, for the lab, you need to know the atlas. Atlas is C1. So if I say name the bone, is atlas. Okay. And the atlas is atypical because the atlas has no vertebral body, no spinous process. All is one circle, one ring. So called the atlas. And called the atlas is based, they said, from the Greek mythology, and this people hold the whole head is called hold something is called atlas. So I don't know what kind, it's just atlas. Okay. Axis is the C2. Also, I say name the bone. You have to say axis. You also need to identify this projection called a dance. Let's see it together. Dance. Okay. And this dance is mainly fit into your atlas and make the rotation. So this is your second one, axis. Anteriorly, you have a dance. And this is your anteriorly atlas, and so rotate on the axis. Other cervicals, we don't ask you, is a C3 or C7 or C4, just cervical. As long as you see their small body and the lightweight, and you have transverse foramen, so that is cervical. Okay. On the live practical, I have an A and a B question. I ask you name the feature, and it is the facial property, spinous process, transverse process, but I also said it is a blank vertebra. So this blank, you have to write down either cervical, thoracic, or lumbar. We're going to practice this one. Cervical, remember, smaller size, transverse foramen. Okay. So this is the cervical. Thoracic, what thoracic has and the others don't have is the costal facet. The costal facet means little face with the ribs, articulate with ribs. So only thoracic articulate with ribs. Okay. What is a demifacet? Means half face. I will show you the picture. Okay. I usually don't ask you the demifacet. Okay. So what is this? This is the thoracic. Okay. Once we open the light, turn on the lights, you're going to see. This is the thoracic. We have the rib. The rib has a head and the tubercle. So I don't ask you that, I'm just going to show you. A rib, if I look at this, I know this is with the vertebrae, and this goes to the sternum. The rib always has a head, tubercle, shaft, and a groove. Groove for what? For the nerve arteries go along here. And the articulation goes this way. The head articulates with the body of the vertebrae. So it goes this way. So therefore, you have semifacet, or demifacet. Not very clearly, okay, because this is artificial made, okay? So not very clear, you just see a little bit that. But you're gonna see really clear is on the transverse process. The transverse process articulates with the tubule. So this tubercle is against the transverse process. So on the transverse process, you have this big facet, and the facet. So if you see the facet, that is thoracic, because it articulates with the rib, so-called costal facet. Are we good? Okay. For the also another feature for the thoracic region is this. The spinous process, they are sharp and long and pointed down. So just go down there. So when you have like your pet, your bunny, your dog, or your kid, you ask them bend over, you feel this is our spinous process, especially in the thoracic, because they are long, sharp, and pointed down. Okay, are we good? Lumbar is the heaviest one, okay, the biggest one. Also the lumbar, remember lumbar, no transverse foramen, no costal facet. Look at the transverse process. And their spinous process, shorter, wider, and more flat, horizontal. Okay, so this is the spinous process. No costal facet on the body, on the transverse process, no foramen on the transverse process. So you can figure that out. Okay, so I have two questions there. So let's look at the lab menu. Okay, and now I'm going to give you a pointer and also the vertebra. So if in front of you, you already have vertebra, just pick it up. Could it be thoracic, lumbar, and the cervical? I don't know, just could be any of them. And then we're going to have pointer. We go to school, the page 43. Okay, you have one? No? Where are those? So you have pointer? You already have one? So you can share one. You have one already. Okay. So here. You have two more? Okay, you have pointer? You have the pointer? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is already collecting all of it. Okay, so here, I want to point the easy one, vertebral body. The easy one, vertebral body. Okay, and I want to point another easy one, spinous process. Okay, spinous process. Another easy one, transverse process. Okay, before we move on, I want you to put your vertebra in a correct order. It goes this way. Spinous process always point down. Remember gravity, pulling down. So everything is down. You cannot go this way. You cannot go tilted up. That's wrong. You have to go point down. Spinous process. Okay, we got the transverse process. Yes, oh, no, so that's spinous process. Transverse process. Okay, transverse process. Okay, everybody, transverse process. Okay, good. Let's go a little bit harder. Pedicle. Let's do it. Pedicle. Pedicle. Yeah, this is the. Yeah. This is probably the last number. Not very clear. Pedicle. Good. Go opposite. Just the bottom. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, that's the you know the pedicle there? We know the pedicle? No. So this is the transverse process, spinous process, pedicle. Okay, point on the lamina. Point on the lamina. Yes, it's a posteriorly. Is it between the pedicle is between the body transverse process, this transverse process, and the transverse spinous process is the board, lamina. Okay, yeah, between the spinous process and transverse lamina. Good. Okay. No, that is okay. Goes this way. So this is a lamina, and inside the lamina. Okay. That's good. Yes, it's here, lamina. It's like here, lamina. Yeah. Lamina and the pedicle form your arch. So that's lamina. Here, lamina. You can check them out. I just the lamina.